Alright, beautiful everyone. I'm Meg. We're here for an hour. Let's just start in seated. Welcome to your mat. I was just saying before I came to this class, I don't really plan that much anymore. I used to. I used to be a huge planner of literally making sure I was ready and in control. And maybe that's where we're going tonight, to talk about this loss of control and trusting the process. So as we arrive here in this moment, I want you to take these first 3 breaths as an expression of letting go. Letting go of the hugeness that today has brought to all of us. Letting go of how things were. And on this next breath, just embracing what's in front of us. Now, this very moment, to be here on our mat to practice yoga. Just simply move and breathe. Nothing more than that. So notice what it feels like with the breath moving through your body. Starting with the breath generating from the belly, then into the rib cage, then into the lungs. And as you breathe out, release the lungs, the rib cage, and the belly. Let's inhale again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going with your breath here as we just land into the practice. Starting to stimulate our vagus nerve by focusing and generating our breath from the belly up. You have 2 more minutes here, just to simply arrive. I want to share with you one of my favourite quotes from Emmett Fox. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that love will not heal, no door that enough love will not open. It makes no difference how deep set the trouble, how hopeless the outlook, how muddled the tangle, how great the mistake. A sufficient realization of love will dissolve it all. If only you could love enough, you would be the happiest and the most powerful being in the world. Take 3 more breaths here, expanding yourself into love, compassion, and kindness. And exhaling, letting go of what you no longer need to carry. Do that 2 more times. Fully in. And fully out. One more time, fully in. And fully out, let's arrive here. Use this hour for you. A moment for space, compassion, and gentleness in the mind, the body, and spirit. Let's practice. Let's spread our fingers really, really nice and wide. And as we do that, we're going to come down onto all fours. And we're going to start by getting into our spine, our wrists, and our elbows all at once, starting to barrel roll. So we're going to move to the right, bend the elbows, move through a cow pose. And as we start to straighten the arms, tuck the chin to the chest, and up and over through an angry cat. So super slowly starting to barrel roll through here. What you're going to feel here is this mincing of the internal organs and the digestion. So super, super slowly, just find your way through these shapes. Really experimenting with what you can feel here. I really invite you to shut down your eyes. So as you move through this, let it be a somatic experience in your body. Is it possible now to change direction? So moving the other way now. The same movement, super slow. Really plug down with not only your hands, but your finger pads. Your fingers are spread super, super wide and they have a big grip on the ground. We're going to take one more of these circles. Coming back up to neutral, tuck the tailbone under, so sad dog. And then we're going to start to duck dive under a wave. So working into some spinal work here. Now I'm going to invite you to tuck your toes. So we're starting to stretch the underside of our feet, the connective tissue and the fascia. So really tuning into how your spine is. So we are going to, as I said, move into a really nice, slow but strong balance practice for our yarn, and then finishing off with some yin, reverse the direction. A little bit of a focus on our feet and our hips in this sequence tonight. And as many of you know, I have a foot workshop this weekend, and it's honestly, it's not just about the foot. Our foot is a direct relation to our hips, our knees, and our spine. So if we are having issues in any of those areas, it is highly likely that we are having a problem downstream with our feet. We're going to go for one more of these. Alright, we're coming back to tabletop position here. Turning the fingers out to the side and just slowly moving side to side. Most of you who know me know that I do the same wrist warm up every single time. Why? Because our wrists need our love and attention. It is exactly the same as our feet. The more we are on them and the more we practice giving them energy and attention, the more they support us. Turn the fingertips back towards the knees and very slowly in your own time, just starting to rock forward and back. Still keep a slight tuck of the tailbone under here. There's no need to rush when we come into our practice. I promise you, you'll be sweating sooner rather than later. So enjoy the process of warming up. All right, excellent. So we're going to do what's called some calves, some hip mobility. So with this, what we are looking for, and I'm going to face this way so you can see me. Please just watch this first one. All right, so this can be pretty uncomfortable. Please work to your degree. Now with this one, we're maintaining or doing our best to maintain that tuck of the tailbone. So if I had a something on my back, right, I put this book on my back, and please just watch this first variation. What I'm doing is I'm bringing my knee towards my wrist, then the knee comes out to the side. And from that, I'm going to lift it up and around. I'm going to kick my heel to the ceiling and then bring the knee back into the wrist. So it's massive hip mobility. So if I turn, then that book's going to come off. So I'm really trying to maintain the stability in my hips. So I want you guys to grab your yoga block, if you have it, or something else, and we're going to place it on our back in a tabletop position like this. We're going to press down with those hands, and we're going to start on the left side. So from here, pull the belly button towards the backbone, bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Beautiful. We're going to draw that left knee out to the left as far as your hip will allow it, and super slowly go around the joint without the book falling off or the block, and kick up with your heel, and slowly bring the left knee back into the wrist, and then we're going to reverse it. So kick back with that left heel, flex the foot, and super slowly bring that knee around to, it's super hard to talk, to that left wrist. Woo, and then place the knee back on the ground. How did you go? So I'm going to face this way on the right side. Really, really big control. Belly lifts up and in. We're going to do more of these in the workshop on Saturday. Bring the right knee to the right wrist and pause. Right knee comes out to the side. So slowly start to rotate around the hip joint, and we press the heel up to the sky. And my book's going to fall. So super easy for those hips to tilt. Bring the right knee in towards that right wrist and do your best to reverse it. Keeping the hips super stable. So you've really got to control what's going on in your left and your right hip here by scooping that tailbone up and under. Right knee to right wrist. Bring the knee back. Well done. Find a child's pose. So if you sit at a desk often, that exercise or mobility movement called CARS can be a super beneficial one for your hips to get them moving. From child's pose, slowly lift up the right leg, step right foot outside, right hand, left hand down, right hand up, inhale. Exhale, bring the hand down, open the hip to the side and come back to a child's pose. Slowly, left knee out to the side, left foot outside, left hand, right hand down, left hand up, inhale. Let's slowly move through this now, ridiculously slow with breath. So your breath is going to take you on a journey that will be different from mine. So please take your time here, round your spine as you lift to bring the leg back to child's pose. Try not to rush it. This whole practice tonight is about moving slow and fluid and allowing ourselves to be in the transitions. Let go of any expectations of what you think this should be or could be or how it was last week. Can we just be in the practice as it is now without the need for more? Beautiful. From this position, we're going to find our way back to a child's pose. We're going to now inhale, come forward to modified plank. So round your shoulders. We want to really spread the scapula apart. And then exhale, come back. Maybe your knees come off the ground, maybe they don't. Inhale, modified plank or high plank. And exhale, coming back. We're going to just move through this. You can drop your knees down at any time. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, come back. We've got 2 more to go. Please keep the knees down if you need to. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, high plank. This time, exhale, chaturanga, all the way to the ground. Elbows in. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands out to spider hands. From this position, breathe in. Peel up your spine. Breathe out. Come back down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, peel up. And exhale, peel down. In your own breath now. Tuning into how your spine feels in this moment. We have 1 more to go here. Full breath in. Full breath out. From here, bring your forearms down to the ground. We're coming up into Dolphin Plank. So we're going to tuck that tailbone under, tuck your toes and lift up and hold here for probably about 5 minutes. So press those forearms down, round your, I'm kidding, it's okay, round your upper back. Belly draws to spine, push back with your heels and squeeze your quads and come into your breath. Even though I didn't tell you how long we are going to be here for, try to take your head out of how long are we going to be here for. There is no point worrying about into the future. Be in the moment as it is, however challenging, however annoying, however frustrating, and let yourself move through it. Take 1 more breath in. Stay for the exhale. From here, find your way to your first downward facing dog. No rush. Feel free to pedal your feet out 1 at a time so that you are creating some movement into your hips. Allow your head to be heavy and create any movement here that feels good. Maybe bend your knees. twist your hips side to side. There's no right or wrong here. I keep a soft knee bend in my legs. Some of you might be able to straighten them. For me, this feels good for my down dog. So allow yourself to really feel into your body in this practice. From our downward facing dog, we're going to ripple forward like you're diving into some water. Come to your high plank, and we're going to slowly start to pull the chest through. Stay onto the tops of the toes and shine the heart forward. So coming to an up dog variation. Bend the knees, slightly bend the elbows, and push back downward facing dog. So we're going to do 3 more ripples like this. Inhale, ripple through, high plank. Arms stay straight. Start to let the hips drop down. Find a variation into upward facing dog here on the toes. And then press back. Slowly ripple back, downward facing dog. 2 more like this, everyone. Feel free to skip this at any time. You can always drop down to child's pose. You can always drop your knees. Listen to your body for the things that challenge us. Don't drop out of it, right? It's so easy to want to pull out to, this is too difficult, I can't do this. Can we actually accept the challenge and go, wow, okay, great, what can I learn from this? Can I pause through this? Can I grow? From your downward facing dog, very, very slowly start to walk your feet to your hands. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from one of my movement teachers, Ido Portal. And he says, be shit at it and be shit at it more until you get less shit. Have a think about that for a moment. So often when things are hard, we run. We think, I can't do that, my body's not designed for that, I'm too old, whatever it might be. And we take the easy road. But that's not where the growth is. Things take time. Be patient with the journey and enjoy the ride. The messiness, the imperfection, the challenges, and the wins that come along the way are all part of it. You are perfect just the way you are. Take a full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Slowly press through those feet. We're going to rise all the way up to stand. And straight away starting to move. Inhale, draw those hands up above the heads. And exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. From here, super slowly step your left foot to the back of the mat and drop the left knee down. From here, left hand comes down, untuck the left toe. Breathe in, sweep the right hand all the way up, and breathe out, reach the right hand back. Now inhale, bring that right hand all the way forward, tuck the back toe. Slowly walk yourself over to the left and find a spider lunge. So bending the left knee, straighten the right. Please just move it around a little bit here, just notice how you feel. Take 1 more full breath in. And super slowly start to walk yourself back to the front. Right toes, right ankle in alignment. So right foot faces front of mat. Bend your right knee a lot. Lift up your back leg. We're coming to warrior 3 prep. Your hips are square here, so belly drawing to spine. Try not to lift that left leg up so it's higher than your glute. Push back with the heel here as we warm up through the hamstring on the right. Take a full breath in and slowly bend the right knee whilst you bring your left foot in to meet its partner at the top of your mat. Left foot down, right foot down. Inhale, chair pose. Tuck your tailbone under here. So really, really scoot the tailbone under as you focus on your breath. Get humped in here. So full breaths in and full breaths out. There's no weight in your toes, and think a sad dog through your tailbone. Take a full breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Super slowly step your right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the right knee down, right hand down, left hand comes up, breathe in. Exhale, left hand goes back, open the shoulder. From here, slowly look down. You're going to tuck the back toe. Walk yourself over to the right, spine lunge.
Play around here with space. Move it around, sway, rock, whatever feels good. Take a full breath in and super slowly walk back to the front. Left foot forward, left knee in alignment. Keep left knee bent, raise right leg, warrior three crack. So hips are square here. Breathe. Hands are on the ground for this first one. Take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Super slowly bend that left knee as you bring that right foot in to meet its partner. Chair pose, breathe in. Stay for the exhale. From here, guys, we are going to come up onto our toes. So there's a little bit of work through the feet tonight. So often we put our feet in shoes. The foot is meant to be a foot. Like, our toes are meant to spread and move and grip and hold on to uneven surfaces. That's how they keep us strong. One of the main functions of our feet is a sensor, right? And if we put like foam and rubber and air bubbles underneath that, then how do we sense what's going on underneath us? We lose our balance, we lose the strength in our glutes and our hips and our knees, and we feel really ungrounded. And one of the most things that we can focus on now is being grounded with all this noise we have around us. Super slowly, we're going to start to come down a little lower. Work towards your body here, still on the balls of your feet. We're going to hold here, knee and butt in alignment, holding for 5. You've got this. For 4. Told you we'd get pretty heated pretty quickly. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Forward fold, let that go. Breathe in, halfway lift. Plant those hands, step back, high plank, and hold. So when you come to your high plank, we want to make sure we're not pitching a tent. So we want to really stack our shoulders over our wrists, squeeze your bum like nothing else, push back with your heels, squeeze the shit out of your quads and tuck your tailbone under and breathe. Open your shoulders here. Option to drop down your knees. We're going to hold for the count of 5. Push the ground away for 4. Come back to your breath for 3. Holding for 2. 1.5, like, oh shit. 1. Slowly exhale, come all the way down or move through your upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work, everyone. From that downward facing dog, bend your knees a lot. Look forward and make your way between your hands. However you get there is fine. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, folding forward. Chair pose, breathe in. Exhale, stay. From here, inhale up onto those toes, and exhale again, squat down to your degree. So really feeling the heat into the quads here, right up into the balls of the feet. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, drop the heels and fold forward. Well done. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, this time slowly step the left foot to the back of the mat. Leave the left knee off if you can. Coming to our runner's lunge. Grounding down through that right heel, no weight into those right toes. And then leaving that left hand down. Inhale, start to peel open. Reach your right hand towards the ceiling. So now we're just going to slow it down, work through a fair bit of twisting in this practice tonight before we hit the mat in our gear. So I want you to think about this pose for a moment. Keep pushing down through your right heel, and is it possible to come onto your left fingertips? Maybe you float that left hand off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, wherever you are, bring the right arm back. And the left arm is going to shoot forward, and we're going to find our way into a twisted lunge. So we're coming up into our crescent pose with the right arm back, left arm forward. Hips are square to the front of your mat and focusing on your breath. Make sure you're pressing down with the right heel, not the right toes. Breathe. You can always modify this by shortening the lunge, but I want you to come back to your breath. Slowly open up, warrior 2. Pressing the blade edge of your back foot down and settling into Virabhadrasana 2. So slowly bending that right knee, strengthening that back leg by plugging down into the blade edge of that back foot. External knee rotation with the right leg. So stay in your warrior 2, guys. What I see a lot of in yoga is this medial rotation of the knee. Now that's not coming from the knee, it's coming from the foot. Which means that if this is happening, it means the muscles in your foot are starting to collapse. And it means that your knee in time is probably going to end up with knee surgery because the knee is a hinge joint. We need to have the knee rotated out over the ankle, and that's where the tripod of the foot comes in. So we're going to do a lot of work on that this weekend. And again, if you're not around on the weekend, you can still get a ticket and you'll get sent the whole workshop. It's like 25 bucks. This information was a game changer for me, especially with yoga, but especially with my balance and glute strength. From your warrior 2, inhale, flip the front palm, straighten the front leg, and we're going to find our way to half moon. So very, very slowly, if you have a block or something under your right hand, I've got a cup here, perfect. We're going to hold on to that and bring the left hand to the hip. So this super slow, steady practice tonight. Externally rotate your left hip, and then find your way to Ardha Chandrasana. Now maybe you keep your left hand on your hip, or maybe you bring the left hand to the sky. Breathe here with 5 more breaths. You might like to play around with bending that left knee back and possibly catching your back foot, coming to Chopasana. Maybe you stack it, perfect. Yoga is the practice of imperfection. Let it be what it is and enjoy the ride. Wherever you are, take 1 more breath in. Keep your feet as they are. We're going to rotate through our hips. Left hand's going to come down. Right hand is going to lift, and we come into the most awkward pose there is, I think, of revolved half moon. So right hand is lifted to the sky, flex the left foot, left hand somewhere towards the ground, and really work into your digestion here. So allowing ourselves to clear out any toxicity here, breathe, or do your best. Well done, everyone. Take 1 more breath in. From here, slowly bring your left knee into the back of your right knee, hands to heart, Flamingo Pose. Hold for a breath in, and super slowly step the left foot to the back of the mat. Walk yourself to the left. That should feel amazing. Skandasana, side lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly from this position, walk back from your Skandasana. We're going to allow ourselves now to lean forward and access into our warrior 3 or airplane pose. Hands to heart, kick back with the left heel and find your way into this balancing pose here. Maybe those hands come back. Take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Slowly bring the left knee all the way back. You'll find the top of your mat and come to stand. Nice. From this position, slowly inhale the hands all the way above the head. And we're just going to release all of that and let it go. So exhale, forward fold. Breathe into a halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant your hands and move through your vinyasa or skip it. So high to low plank, moving nice and slow. Option for knees, option to skip it. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhalation, downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Take a full breath in. And stay for that exhale. Dropping your knees down, we're going to take 5 breaths here simply to pause. So no rush. So allow yourself to take these moments. Give yourself permission to rest. Take a full breath in. and stay for your exhale. Super gently, mindfully coming up, finding that downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward. Make your way between your hands, however that is. Breathe in, find your way to a halfway lift. Then breathe out, exhale and fold forward. Nice work everyone. From here, inhale, find your way to a chair pose. Beautiful, stay for your exhale. Take one more full breath in, and then exhale, slowly starting to fold your way down. Inhale halfway, this time stepping the left foot to the back of the mat, keep the left knee off the ground if you can. All right, finding your way to this runner's lunge, and just getting a feel for it into the hips. Left hand down, right hand starts to inhale coming up, and we want to really strengthen the legs here, push down with that left heel. Slowly and mindfully, possibly, start to press more down through your left heel. Come onto your right fingertips. Maybe you find the balance here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand to the back of your mat. The right hand comes forward and we find our way into the twisted crescent pose. So allow it to feel pretty uncomfortable here, guys. Keep pushing down through that left heel, rotating your torso to the left, but hips are square to the front of your mat. Take one more full breath in and super slowly unwind yourself to your warrior 2. Left knee faces forward, blade edge of the right foot is down. So setting into that warrior, relax the shoulders up, back and down, and then just land. You know, I repeat this quote often, but I do find it so important. When we are quiet, we're able to hear. Especially now, what we need is to pause. We need to be constantly tuning into ourselves. You know, Jacob and I were just talking about it. Listen to what your body is telling you. Your body will always be your biggest teacher. It will tell you what is right. It will tell you what is wrong for you. And that is going to be different from every single person. So letting go of the control of how we think the outcome should be, and actually just trusting the process that our bodies will tell us, we find it makes life so much easier. We can settle into our flow and trust that we are always being guided. From here, inhale, flip the front palm in reverse, straighten your front leg. For a moment, enjoy that feeling as we start to find our way to Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Left hand comes down, right hand to hip, or start to lift that up and open out into this beautiful hip opener. Right foot is flexed. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you float that bottom hand off. Maybe you bend that back leg and look for the foot. Maybe you stack it. It doesn't matter. Find the shape that feels good for you here. Stay for a breath in. And very, very slowly unwind. Keep the feet as they are. Turn your torso. Right hand down. Here we go. Super awkward shape. Left hand up. Oh, great for the digestion. Kick away with that back heel. We're just going to breathe here. Remember, nothing lasts forever. Right? Nothing is permanent. We will get through this in 2 more breaths. Try to soften your face. Clenching your jaw does not help at this point. Take one more breath in. Now very, very, very slowly, bring your right knee into the back of your left knee here and hold. Coming into Flamingo Pose. You're doing really amazing, guys. Take a full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Step the right foot slowly back. Take your time, fight for it, and then move your body to the right Skandasana. Woo! Breathe in, breathe out. Remember, nothing lasts forever. No matter how tough things seem right now or how challenging today might be, it is a tiny moment in our lives. The Buddha says this too shall pass, and I promise you it will. Stay true to yourself, your heart, your soul, your body will tell you the way. From this position, slowly come all the way back up. Left toes face forward, left knee faces forward. Lift off that back leg. Find your way to our final balancing pose, airplane. Really working through the foot here, no weight in those front toes. Open your chest if that's there for you. Take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale. And very slowly come all the way up to stand. Place that foot down next to its partner. Soften your shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take 2 more breaths here. Gently opening your eyes, everyone. You're going to need your yoga block. So I did mention we're going to do a little bit of work on the feet and the glute medius. This is, again, something that I'm going to be working with this weekend. But a really amazing one where you can actually start to strengthen and redevelop those muscles of your foot. So we have 4 layers of muscle, 33 joints and 26 bones in the foot alone, and then we compress them over years and years in shoes. It's no wonder we lose our balance. It's no wonder we start to not get this feeling of groundedness because we are not getting this proprioception of the brain and the foot talking to each other. And it's no wonder we're ending up with massive knee issues, hip and low back and spine issues as well. So placing the block underneath your right foot, right? A little bit of glute work here, right? Before we come to our yin. We have 60% into the heel and 40% into the ball of the foot, right? This is called the tripod of the foot. It is the exact points of our foot that connect with the ground, okay? Slowly, keeping the right knee bent, we are going to stand up onto the block and we're going to start to circle the left hip around the joint. So keep your eyes on the ground, not on the camera, and do your best here to keep that right knee soft. So we are strengthening the vastus medialis, the muscle on the inside of your knee, and the glute medius. We do not want to use the toes at all on the right foot. It does not matter what this looks like, but eventually one day we want it to be really nice and smooth and really working into some solid, juicy hip mobility. From here, we're now going to reverse the direction. So super slowly creating hip circles in your own time, but I want you to move ridiculously slow. Notice everything about what you are experiencing here, however uncomfortable, great, sit in it. Last one here, and we're going to hold this left hip now out to the side. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. Beautiful hip mobility. Now, if you want to challenge, we're going to extend that left leg out and hold for 8, 7, 6, I know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Great glute work there, guys. I said we don't need to do a million squats for our strong glutes. So, beauty of this is we now get to come to the other foot. Don't worry about what you just did. That is pointless going there. Be in this moment now. So all you need to do is place your foot on the block. 60% into the heel, 40% into the ball of the foot. Slowly coming up. Really important you have a soft knee bend. And then we're going to start to circle that hip. It does not matter how big the circle is, but I want you to move slow. If you sit in chairs a lot, what you're going to be doing is neurally telling your hip that it is a hinge joint, not a ball and socket. The hip is a ball and socket. That's why a lot in Eastern communities, they squat. They squat until they can't squat anymore, right? We put our hips in chairs and we put our feet in casts. No wonder we have so many issues is what we do. But the good thing is with neuroplasticity, that can all change. Slowly start to take it back the other way. But we have to do the work. So if we think about it, we have done the work for 30 years to compress our feet and our hips. It's going to take a little bit of time. So be patient with the journey. We are much better off doing the work than not, especially now that we have the time to do it. Well done. So we've got one more of these. I'm going to hold that right hip out to the side. Just do your best here. It doesn't matter if you come out of it. Keep that left knee bent and maybe open up. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to soften here. You may as well. You're here anyway. What number were we up to? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, nice work. Let's move the block to the side. Take an inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. From here, walk your feet out wide, and if you need that block, grab it. We're going to come down into a squat. This is going to be our first human pose. Transitioning now to a lot more quiet, a completely different energy. So shut down your eyes and land here. And I really want you to take some gratitude for your body right now. Just say thank you. There is no point anymore on judging ourselves. There is absolutely no point on comparing ourselves to others. And there is never, ever any benefit of believing we are not enough. We have enough noise going on in the universe out there to force us to come back to love. Use the noise of the world today as your teacher to return back to love. No matter what goes on in our environment, it's going to go on anyway. You know, the 11 o'clock news is going to happen. The things are going to shut down. We're still going to be in lockdown, whatever. Can we do anything about it? No. What we can do is control our energy. So let go of the expectations of when we get here, it will be this. When I have this, it will be this. When I look like this, it will be amazing. Things are constantly changing. Impermanence is the only thing we can rely on. So surrender it all. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the expectations. Let go of the feeling and the sensation of when I have this, I'll be happy then. This is it right now in this moment. You have all you need. So breathe in and say thank you. Breathe out and just let go, release. Clear some space. As we have 5 more breaths here. Just letting go. Take a breath in and a breath out. From here, slowly come down onto your glutes. And we are going to continue with some twisting here. So we're going to come into our shoelace pose. Actually, we'll come into square pose, to be honest. Now, if this is not for you, you're just going to come into a cross-legged position like this, either sitting on a block or a bolster, or a cushion is a really good example. But if square pose is for you, we're going to lift up that left ankle and place it on the right quadricep or around the knee. Again, my left knee is quite risen here, and that's okay, so long as both of my sit bones are on the ground. Right? Again, if this does not work for your ankle joints, if the flexibility, the mobility is not there into the Achilles and the ankle, again, that's a beautiful teacher for you to maybe do a little bit more work on your feet so that there is a lot more space in and around the ankle and the Achilles too. Again, they are meant to constantly be on uneven surfaces, not cushy floors. So wherever we are, we're going to take a full breath in, and then we're going to start to fold forward. So we're going to be here for about 3 minutes in this pose.
Uncomfortable? Yes. Great. Let's sit in it. Never ever sit in pain, but allow yourself to grow and benefit from the discomfort by just letting it be. It is what it is. Alan Collins says, if we allowed ourselves to face and feel the pain in our lives, it would serve its function to get our attention to recognize that we have stepped away from the direction of the universe and that we need to get back on course. It is said, love how much you hate it. If you are doing something you find repulsive or you've had a bad experience, use your disgust as a motivator to change direction. When you are sick of it enough, you will do something about it. That reminds me of the quote from Michael Beckwith. He says, your pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. Your pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. Be grateful then that you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, or fed up with what is not feeding you. Toleration of dysfunction only keeps it in force. Refuse to put up with what is not working, and you will find your way to your perfect place in the universe. I have one more minute here, just digest that for a moment. So in every opportunity we have the opportunity to make a choice with what we see, with what we are fed with the choices, how we move, the people we hang around with, our environment, the information we take in. How does it make your body feel? If your body closes and is resistant to it, or your digestion system doesn't work, then your body is clearly telling you a no. Move towards the things that make you feel good. Take a breath in and a breath out. From this position, slowly start to come all the way up. We're going to unravel the legs. We're going to come straight into a straddle. So we're going to bring the legs out wide, find our way into our straddle position. We are taking this as a passive forward fold. So please sit onto a blanket or a cushion, or if you need to sit against a wall and swing your legs up into straddle, please do. Take a full inhale, and then exhale, we are gently folding forward here. Start to surrender your whole body down. Let the yin now do its magic. Let go of muscular activation. Let go of the need to push, and soften every single part of you. Let yourself receive. You know, Walt Whitman once said, dismiss whatever insults your soul. Dismiss whatever insults your soul. We have 10 more breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. Ridiculously slow start to come up, there's no rush. Just take your time as you come to seated. Pause here for a breath or two. Lean to the left, slowly bring your left leg under and we're placing the right ankle on top. And as you come into your square pose, just notice how different this feels from the other one. I'm definitely more open on this side than I am on the other, which is perfect. We can embrace this imperfection and messiness that our bodies and our structures can go through. Again, we realize that it just simply is what it is in this moment, without trying to force it to be different. So take a breath in, and then very, very gently let's exhale and start to fold forward. Again, we've just got under 3 minutes here. Try to do your best to soften. If you are tensing in your shoulders or your jaw, I promise you it's not helping. So let everything go. Let yourself melt. If you need to come up a bit and be okay with that. Alan Cohen continues to say, bless and thank your wake-up calls. All healthy change begins with honesty. Tell the truth about what is it for you and what is not it. Be grateful for the not it's as crucial redirectors toward it. Take the smallest step into a new room, and you will gain entree to vast worlds you could not see when you clung to the familiar. Surrender how things were, and embrace the curiosity of what is thrown in front of you. Acknowledge who you are in your soul, and how you want to live and feel, and the doors to your destiny will swing open before you. Verse 28 of the Tao Te Ching states, know the white, but keep the black. Be an example to the world, being an example to the world. Ever true and unwavering. Return to the infinite. Be the light. Take 3 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. So slowly make your way up. It's no rush. As we head straight down into Shavasana. If you need anything else before Shavasana, I invite you to take it, but we twisted a lot through that flow. So bring yourself down to your mats. Lie down, bend your knees. Slide the bolster underneath your knees if you have it. If not, find any position that is comfortable. Let your hands move away from your shoulders. Let your body become heavy. Let the skin on your face melt and relax down to the floor. Soften every single one of your joints. And let yourself be held. Notice your heart space for a moment. And feel it crack open. Be reminded of our natural state as a human being, which is compassion, gentleness, and love. And let that spread through every single cell in your body. Let yourself receive. And Mark Twain once said, "The two most important times in your life are the day that you were born and the day you understand why." Come back to what your heart and your body tell you in every single moment, and you'll be guided. We are here to give back to others, to support each other, to share, and to be light. Your offerings of vulnerability, kindness, and compassion will not go unnoticed. From your choice to respond, not react, you will give permission for others to do the same. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Say a huge thank you to your physical body. really take this moment to immerse yourself in gratitude. We've got to have today. That is all that matters. Slowly come up to seated, kneeling, cross-legged, on a bolster, it doesn't matter. And I want you to take 5 breaths here. On your exhale, let go. Whatever has happened before this moment is irrelevant. Whatever is going to happen after this moment is also irrelevant. Give yourself permission to be here now. Breathe in fully. Exhale, open the mouth and let it out. Bow your head gently, place your hands near your heart and just honour this space of you. Your authenticity. Who you are at a core level. Love, compassion, gentleness. Bring your thumbs towards your mouth as you pay attention to the words you speak, for they become the house you live in. And then gently to the third eye as you honour yourself, the ability to receive, and the ability to fill your own cup. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thanks everyone, it was a pleasure. If you're watching this back, of course, please don't forget to tag yourself to let me know how you found that practice. Sharing, of course, again from the Tao Made Easy from Alan Cohen. Sharing the 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, of course, which are so relevant in the world we're living in today. A reminder to just do our best to soften our shoulders, to open our hearts, and to move through everything as it's happening without the need to numb or suppress or push it down. Acknowledge it for what it is and let yourself receive. Thanks so much everyone. Hope you have a beautiful night. I will see you back here on Friday and on Saturday. And of course, if you're interested in the workshop, still get the ticket if you can't make the Saturday. You'll receive everything, of course, as it will be recorded, plus the video content of the exercises that I'm going to share as well. So it was a pleasure. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you soon.